back to another movie reaction. Today we have Scream 2022. This came out early this year and I've just haven't got around to getting it. I kept like postponing it throughout this year, saying yeah, I'll watch it next week, and then the next week came and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it the other next week after that, and it's just kind of like backlogged. So I thought now, because it's Halloween and you know, this will be my first time reacting to it, and I think it's good to, you know, give my thoughts and opinions overall, and you know, so you guys can sit and watch it as well and see my reaction to the movie. I don't know, obviously I don't know what's going on walking into this. I do know, you know, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and most of the original cast that did survive throughout the 4 movies are back. Dewey as well, I forgot the actor's name, but I think he's returned as well. There was a lot of theories with this movie, and again, I didn't want to touch into spoilers because I wanted to generally watch this movie. There's a lot of theories about Billy returning, I think, or was it Stu? Matthew Lillard's character, Stu. There was a lot of rumblings of him returning to either this movie, and then, you know, unfortunately I heard news about the movie coming after this, and I know Neve Campbell is not going to be a part of that, the newer one coming next year, but there's rumblings that Matthew Lillard may return for that one, so that will be interesting to see. And I think it's a good part here to talk about the franchise as a whole, and whether if I like them all or not. I think Scream and maybe Child's Play, yeah, them two are the only franchises in my opinion that have held up consistently and pretty well throughout the whole franchise of movies that we've gotten from them, and also TV shows, because I think the Chucky TV series is actually pretty good. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is structurally, you know, it structurally makes sense in the Chucky universe. So again, that's probably has to come down if you actually like the universe or not. But overall, I think it's good. It's kind of the same opinions with this franchise, Scream. I think out of all the Scream movies, I think the third one is probably the most disliked one, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the third movie. And if you guys want to know more about what happened in production and in script writing and kind of Wes Craven getting censored for that movie, it's probably good to read up on that, because there was a reason why that movie was so drastically different and felt different compared to the 2 previous ones before that. And yeah, I think Scream and Child's Play, both of a franchise, are kind of similar as well, where it's that meta horror universe, and they were both originators of that, and I think they've held up fairly well. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to step into this movie, as I did like the 4th one. A lot of people seem to not like the 4th Scream movie, maybe because of its time. It was a bit different compared to the other ones, where you know, it was basically like social media influences gone wrong, and it's kind of like Wes Craven envisioned the future where we're kind of seeing a turning point where social media as a whole can be used negatively, and I think Scream 4 portrays that pretty well. And yeah, I'm pretty interested to see this movie. Obviously, like I said, the original survivors of the original cast are back. Jenna Ortega's in this, which is pretty interesting because she's becoming like the modern day Scream Queen. You know, she's obviously in this movie, and then she's got her upcoming TV show directed or produced by Burton. Obviously, based on the Addams Family, Wednesday. She is playing Wednesday Addams, so she's kind of, you know, looming around the horror world, and it's interesting to see that she's in this movie. And obviously I think she might be the star of this one in compared to, you know, someone like Nev Campbell. I'm only guessing she might be just a cameo, Nev Campbell, and also, you know, Courtney Cox and all the other people. But yeah, we'll get into it now pretty much. So if you guys do enjoy this, make sure you like and sub, and we'll get right into the movie. Spyglass done this as well, okay. For people that don't know, Spyglass also done the new Hellraiser movie, so that's interesting. That's gonna have to be a callback. The asthma puffer. Kind of like Hereditary with the peanut allergy. The EpiPen.
Christina there?
No, she's not available. May I take a message?
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry. I'm a friend of hers from group. Oh, shit.
From her shit?
That's a different modulator.
Well, you sound exactly like she describes you.
She talks about me in group?
Look, I don't think I can really talk about that.
Actually, no, that's the same voice. I think it's just...
Hey, well, lots of people love movies.
Sounds a bit different.
But she says you love scary movies.
Okay.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Okay.
Duke. It's an amazing meditation on motherhood and grief.
Good choice. Babadook's pretty good.
You know, it's like scary, but with complex emotional and thematic underpinnings. It's not just some schlocky cheeseball nonsense with wall-to-wall jump scares.
Have you ever seen Stab?
How much stab movies did they make in this movie? I forgot now.
Do you remember the beginning?
Not really. I mean, it started with the kill scene, right? They always started with the kill scene.
Is she connecting the dots now, or...?
Tara.
So is she gonna die? Because she's, from what I've seen, the main lead. And going by Scream movies, it's always, you know, the first person on screen dead. I don't think that's Amber you've been talking to. Maybe Amber's dead. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Ghostface is... he gets really pissed off when people don't answer his phone calls.
This isn't fucking funny, Amber.
I told you, this isn't Amber. Amber's looking particularly fetching tonight. I want to play a game. Stab movie trivia. 3 rounds. You call the cops, she dies. You get a question wrong, she dies.
I'm surprised, like, in this universe, Sydney didn't sue
I got that one right. Did you count?
people from, you know, taking her name and making it into a movie.
Question 1. Who wrote the original book that the Stab movies are based on?
She was Courtney Cox. Gal, yeah.
Question 2. Who played the dumb bitch at the beginning of Stab 1 who answers the phone and gets carved up by the killer?
Fuck you.
Tick, tock, tick, tock.
What is that? Fake IMDb?
Now for the final question. Who was the killer in Stab 1?
Billy Loomis?
It's Billy Loomis. It's Billy Loomis, and he was Sydney's boyfriend, and he was played by Luke Wilson, and
But it was Stu as well, so I assume she got it wrong.
Well, I'm sorry, Tara, but that's just not correct.
Billy and Stu.
Is that his right?
The correct answer is Billy Loomis and Stu Macher.
Yeah.
There are 2 killers in the original Stab.
I'm always on the fence if Billy actually even killed in that movie and he actually manipulated Stu. There's no way she dies, right? Ghostface has always been a sloppy killer, though. There's probably 2 of them in the house. Maybe Amber's one of them. Maybe. Well, so they kill her? Oh no. Maybe not. No, no. Ooh. I wonder where they're buying these Ghostface costumes from. Like, surely the retailers have just stopped making these. What is this Sorry Miss Jackson ripoff?
Another
Oh, of course, okay. Now we know why this beat is ruined.
Hey, what's going on?
Tara was attacked.
But was she killed?
Is she?
She's alive, but
Okay. That's interesting. Why would he... Or, well, who knows what Ghostface is, but why would... Okay, she's a suspect. They said she's not on good terms. This person's a suspect. Anyone else related to Sydney is also another suspect automatically.
Not that I want to sound like the stereotypical jock trying to get into his girlfriend's pants, but...
don't do it, Liv.
You're the stereotypical jock.
Shit. Is that Vince?
Wait, that creep you hooked up with last summer?
Nice Pontiac GTO, I think it is.
Introduce him to Hobbs and Shaw.
Bro, he doesn't even lift. Look at him. Oh!
It's from football practice.
Oh, sure.
Tara's awake.
Okay.
She texted.
They'll probably want me to believe that the guy, you know, the weird guy in the... I think it was a Pontiac. They want me to believe he's the killer. I don't think he would be.
You've never seen Stab.
Wait, they're still milking Stab franchises in this universe?
A guy named Billy Loomis and his friend carved up a bunch of high school kids while wearing this Halloween ghost mask.
Well, before that, he killed Sydney's mum.
Can I just ask you one question, though?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why someone wearing that mask would want to kill your sister?
No.
See, I think the movie wants me to lead that she, as well, could be the killer. Just going by the dialogue, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just too good at this and I'm guessing right. I don't know.
And Amber, hey.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Hi, Richie.
Hi.
Okay, so that's Amber. She's also a suspect in my opinion. She looks very Sydney's cousin.
If it's okay with you, I could sleep here tonight. I really like that. Okay?
Do you have your extra inhaler?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, okay, I'll just be right outside.
Thank you.
She might be innocent. I reckon that the last two that left were the killers. So her boyfriend and that other girl.
Yo, Liv, you want a real drink? Or you happy sitting at this kid's table?
See, I reckon this guy's cool. I don't reckon he's the killer.
Don't you fucking talk, bro. I don't want to fucking hear your goddamn voice.
Better shut the fuck up.
Get out of here, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, I don't think this guy... Yeah, okay, so he's dead. There would be no reason to show him back here. He's dead. I was gonna say, they tried to do it, that he's the killer, but no. Is that the music from the first movie? I knew it. There had to be a reason for them to show him again.
You okay?
Yeah. Just a bad dream. What are you watching?
Was he always there?
How you doing, Sam? Hey, when are you gonna tell her why all this is happening?
Billy's daughter? Who did Billy smash to get a daughter?
Who is this?
Someone who knows your little family secret.
Wait, so are they sister or are they step?
You want right here.
That would mean the other sister's Billy's kid? Okay, so she's no longer obviously the suspect. So my points still stand. It's either her boyfriend or that other girl that looks like Sydney's cousin.
Somebody help me! He's trying to kill me!
Call came from Amber's number?
So, we know he cloned my phone before when he attacked Tara.
I'm just spitballing here. You're the killer.
She's the one I have a suspect in this one.
And I can move you to a private floor. Deputy Vincent.
Oh, she was in the fourth movie?
Would you mind giving us a second? I need to talk to Tara. Come on, Netflix, let's go.
See, I still stand by it's these two. I reckon they're playing it off like they're arguing. Pretty much like part 4, I think.
Because those diaries told me who my real father was. It was Billy Loomis.
Wait, so who would he have... Hopefully they explain it. I want to know who he smashed.
Were you listening at the door?
No, no, of course not.
I still don't trust this guy. So it's like Gale? Oh, Dewey, okay. Where the hell is he living? In a trailer park?
Go away! Give me one good reason why I should talk to you.
I'm Billy Loomis's daughter.
That's a terrible reason for me to talk to you.
My name is Samantha Carpenter.
Samantha Carpenter.
The night before.
John Carpenter, callback. Actually, that's a really nice idea. Billy Loomis is Loomis from Halloween 1. Her last name's Carpenter, which obviously Carpenter done Halloween. That's smart.
Who's he?
This is Richie, my boyfriend.
How long have you known him?
Oh.
Did you know who your dad was when you met? Express any interest in Woodsboro or the Ghostface killings?
See, I think Dewey's on my thinking pattern.
I was with Sam in Modesto when Tara was attacked.
Let me guess, you were just in the other room, conveniently unaccounted for when she was attacked at the hospital.
See, he's getting defensive. See, there's something going on.
How do you know so much about the stab movies?
Runs in her family.
Randy was our uncle. R.I.P.
Hey, Randy. I still hate that they killed Randy in part 2.
Obviously, but that's not stab. Real stab movies are meta-slasher whodunits. Full stop.
Come on, it's just a movie. No, it's...
Even though she's related to Randy, I think Randy would not have liked Stab.
Disrespects it. It sounds like our killer is writing his own version of Stab 8, but doing it as a requel. New main characters, yes, but supported by and related to legacy characters. Not quite a reboot, not quite a sequel, like the new Halloween, Saw.
I was just about to say Halloween.
I think it's pretty clear who the killer is at this point.
Who?
You? It makes perfect requel sense.
It does make sense, but it's too easy of a guess.
Sam, wait.
I'm still on a limb and saying he's one of them. I think he's still one of them.
Is a killer on the loose. He's threatening you, he's threatening your sister. Are you gonna run away from who you are like you always do, or are you gonna use it?
I'm not like you.
I'm not a fan of this bit though. I mean, it's nice seeing him back, but hopefully they don't shoehorn that too much in this. I'm not a fan of that.
Sheriff Hicks.
Hello, Sheriff Judy.
Who is this?
I think you know. I'm a fan of scary movies. I'm going to turn myself in.
I think that's a great idea.
We'll sit down at the station, and I'll tell you all about the 2 people I've killed. By the time I see you, I'll have gutted your baby boy.
Wes. His name's Wes. Okay, they're going full like every horror director, horror writer's named in this movie.
I promise!
I knew it. I knew she would have died. No one's going to be there. Yeah. Come on, movie. I'm too smart for you. Oh. Why don't you try and just move your body out the way? Oh.
What?
You can't be here.
No, I'm sorry. I know her son. Her son, Wes. Is he...
I'm sorry.
I don't think he would have still been able to disclose whether they're dead or not, right? Let's go, of course. Where's the cameraman? I keep thinking of Scary Movie with that cameraman.
You are a lot of things, Dewey. But you are not a coward. You just were meant to be in Woodsboro.
Okay, so she left as well. So he's the only one that stayed. Okay.
I'm sorry about Judy.
Yeah, me too. But she'll make a great chapter in your next book.
Hmm.
And don't even get me started on Ghostface's signature new weapon.
That shit is lit.
Is that dead meat?
What, just like the original? Just call it Stab 8. It's fucking Stab 8. You're not fooling anyone. It's just such bullshit.
That's awesome. They put dead meat James.
Out there looking for him.
Who's at the hospital? Who's watching my sister?
Just heard about the sheriff.
Go with her, Dewey. Stop crying.
Ow! Ow! God damn it! Sam called. She said that you were in trouble. She hit me with a phone.
Look out!
Ghostface didn't kill that guy. I caught you. I caught that. Ghostface did not kill him.
Hello, Samantha.
No.
Richie can't come to the phone right now.
What?
He's finding out what happens to people who stick their noses in business that doesn't concern them. Maybe you're too weak for this franchise.
Or maybe I'm just stalling for time, fuckhead.
Come on, Dewey. You gotta get your aim better. Richie's not dead, so he's still a suspect. He only got slashed in the arm. Don't kill Dewey. Do not kill Dewey. Nice. No. Shoot him, Dewey. Out of bullets. Okay.
Come on, hurry up. The head.
What?
You have to shoot him in the head. They always come back.
Dewey, who gives a fuck?
Dewey's dead at this point then. Dewey, you fumbled.
It's an honor.
So this would probably force Sydney to come, right? Well, obviously, I mean, she's in the movie.
I didn't know him well, but he helped me.
Where's your boyfriend?
I came as soon as I heard. Oh, I'm so sorry.
The movie's kind of odd where it's like they're trying to make these people, Sydney and Gale, more like a stranger, where it's like, I'd rather see their story than the other kids.
So what do we do now?
What nobody ever does in these situations. We're gonna get the fuck out of Woodsboro.
Good, leave that town.
You're Billy's daughter.
Tell me who the mum is.
But I'm taking my sister away from all this. I tried running too. It doesn't work. It always follows.
All due respect, that's your life, not mine.
All right. Let's get the fuck out of town, huh?
He's still suspicious to me.
Well, that went fucking horribly. Don't worry, I have a plan. She seems really tough. Honestly, Sid, who gives a shit? You said it yourself. He's gonna go after her. I put a tracker on her car.
Smart. Who's the mum? I want to know who their mum is.
Where is it?
Because why the hell would she have been with Billy?
On my inhaler, I usually keep an extra one.
Ah, here we go, call back.
Whoa, okay. I vote for not going back to the murder hospital.
Do you want to stop at a pharmacy? I need a prescription, but I left an extra one at Amber's. Her house is on the way.
No.
See, because he's so against Amber, I think it's them two.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Wait. That's the house from part 1, right? That's Billy? No, Stewie's house. Who owns this house? So is she related to Stu somehow? Have I missed something? Because why would you want to be in this house? And everything's in the same position since 96.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I think I have to pass on that. I'm not, like, entirely sure that you're not the killer.
See, I'm not a fan of this as well. Some of the over meta shit is kind of a fallback for this movie. Like, there's too much distrust. I don't know if she would be the killer because they haven't really focused much on her in the movie.
Liv?
You know, someone who's definitely had more screen time is the killer. I don't think it will be her.
Liv?
Like I said, I reckon it's the boyfriend and Amber. But I wonder who it is though, because this guy should be able to beat his ass. Depending who is Ghostface, you know? Just run. Come on, for being Randy's nephew, come on. You've got to be smarter than this.
No, stop. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Just having a party. Who is a party in the middle of a killing spree? Look, I'm aborting the plan.
No.
He's too like, oh no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. He's too anti against everything.
This place a huge murder target, so if I were you, I would probably leave. Okay, I'm trying to be nice, get the fuck out!
You know what, I reckon I got this. I reckon them two are the killers.
You afraid of me, Mindy?
But this is the negative I have with this movie so far, is it's too much of that. I don't think a group of friends, long-term friends, would be this turning it against each other like that and try and go for each other.
Hello, you need to get out of that house right now.
How do you know where I am?
You're in Stu Mocker's house where your dad and Stu killed everyone. Someone planned to get you there. You need to get the fuck out, Sam.
Did they not know? Oh, actually, yeah, the kids won't know.
Look behind.
Jamie.
Oh, shit!
Surprised Ghostface didn't like flail around 4.
What did you do to her?
What the fuck?
Richie, where the fuck were you?
I just went to the basement to get some beer.
Stay the fuck back.
You're the killer.
Not the fucking killer! I know.
Told you, I'm too good for this.
Go.
He's the killer as well then. So, who is Amber?
What do you think? Trap.
Yeah.
Gail. Wait, let me see. Oh, you gotta go to the hospital. Go finish it, Sydney. Gail. For Dewey.
So is Amber Stewie's daughter? Because why would she own the house or be... She would have to be the daughter, right? But then it's like, well, who are all these people smashing?
Where'd you go?
Oh, this isn't Amber. I'm the other one.
Oh, there's two of you.
Got the first rule of surviving a stab movie. Never answer the...
I'm bored.
Holy shit, it's Ghostface!
That's Amber, and I reckon he's the killer. Come on, move your ass. Don't let Richie grab the gun.
Yes! Thank God you're okay.
Too good for this. Told you, too good. So what's... No shit, we know it's her. So she would have to be Stewie's daughter.
I can't believe this worked.
So this is pretty much like Scream 4 ripoff, right?
Someone has to save the franchise. You see? No one has made a great stab movie since the first one.
Wait, so this is the...
We're gonna help them. Hollywood's totally fucking out of ideas, so we decided we'd give them some new source material to follow, you know?
So they've meted the meta world. Odd choice.
Because our movie has fucking stakes. Because anyone can die in a requel.
Come on, Cindy, that was stupid. I don't think I've been won by this movie.
You really should have listened to Dewey. He nailed it in one. Dude, look at the love interest. Are you fucking stupid?
I said it since me and Dewey were on the same wavelength. We both said he was the killer.
Little sister's gonna make a difference. She's our fucking pincushion at this point. Amber, fan out. She couldn't have gotten far.
I can't find her.
Grab the gun.
Fucking kill you.
Burn her face. She's got alcohol on it. Hand sanitizer.
I'm sorry about Dewey.
Fuck you.
At least we get to see a kill. Halloween ends, we didn't see shit. She's set a trap, obviously. I mean, yeah. Why would you do that and not just shoot her?
What are you gonna do now, huh? Make a scary phone call to me?
Was it going to be a callback to the first movie with the umbrella?
Introducing a new rule.
What would that be, huh?
Never fuck with the daughter of a serial killer.
Nice.
Careful, they always come back.
Where's Amber? She's going to run in burnt or something. Come on, Save. Too good for this.
I still prefer the Babadook.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jenna.
Sydney, Gail. Thank you both.
At least I know what I'm going to write about.
What's that?
Not this. Something about a good man who used to be the sheriff here once. I'd like to read that story.
Oh, you're not going anywhere without me. Don't worry. I'm gonna hold your hand all the way there.
Again, maybe I missed something, but who owned this house?
In this very house, a tragic story ended. Tonight, a new chapter came to a close. Police...
Is that the same dialogue from the other movie? When Gale was reporting in the first movie? I think that's the same dialogue, right? See, that's not what I'm the biggest fan of, like, too much callbacks. RIP the West as well. So that was Scream 2022. I'm kind of muddled with this because I'm trying to just think of where I would rank this movie in basically all 5 of them. I think obviously the first one is the best one. I'm conflicted with part 2 and 4 because I think they're kind of equal. So it just depends on what day. I'll say 1, 2, 4, this one, and then 3. Just because I put this higher than 3, I don't think I still don't think it's that good. And I think the problem is they kind of overdone and used the meta commentary that Scream has always had as an excuse to make this movie, if that makes sense, because it's like Wes Craven has always had great ideas for the Scream franchise, and this didn't bring much new to the table. Again, it was, for me, it was pretty predictable, because in the first like 15 to 20 minutes, once we basically got all the main character friends, I was easily pinpointing which ones were the killers, and I was actually right. So I think that was also a problem too, but that may be just the problem with keep on rebooting these franchises and not changing anything, because when you get someone like me, it's way too predictable at this point. I think also it was a bit over the top with the meta commentary, where in this movie they're talking about how bad remakes are, but yet this is a remake, so they're kind of trying to stray away from getting over scrutinized and being hated for being a remake by saying that commentary in the movie itself. So again, it's very, very meta. I think it is the most meta than the whole franchise, and I don't think that was Wes Craven's whole intent of Scream. Yes, I was making fun of other horror franchises back then, but it wasn't supposed to solely be that. It was supposed to be a good story too. This was okay, but again, it was pretty predictable for a horror fan as myself. But saying that, after watching Halloween Ends, and after I put my review up, I ended up watching 2018 Halloween and Kills again, because I really wanted to rewatch them all and see if they all were cohesive as a trilogy, and no, the answer's no. They're still just as bad as I remembered. So out of the horror reboot bunch, this is probably the better one. I personally, well, yeah, it's better than Halloween Ends and that franchise. I still think out of this year, the reboots, it's Prey, which technically isn't a reboot, and Hellraiser, which is a reboot. I would say they're probably the best out of the bunch from this year when it comes to reboot for iconic horror movies. But overall, my final thoughts. Did I like this movie? Yes, it was enjoyable. Yes, it was fine to watch. Was it necessary though to bring this franchise back and bring the old characters back? I would say no, because I don't think they added much to it. Aside from that, not everyone is expendable because Dewey did die. So maybe that's the only thing they added into this movie, that finally, out of the 3 survivors from the original franchise, they actually are expendable. Aside from that, I think it maybe shouldn't have needed a reboot, especially after Wes Craven's passing. I don't think he probably would have even agreed to this. Or I think even one better is do Wes Craven's original script for part 3, which was involving Stu in prison manipulating kids at a school. And he had some Stu built some weird cult fan base with him in prison, because Scream 3's original script was Stu didn't die from the events of the first movie. So the TV fell on his head, but he didn't die. And he was supposed to come back in part 3 and be kind of like this master manipulator in prison, manipulating kids at the school to kill for him as like a cult. I probably would have preferred if they'd done that and just reused that script, because at the time of when Wes Craven wrote that, the Columbine shooting happened, and they scrapped a lot of movies that had similar stories to massacre events, and Scream 3 was part of that chunk of movies that had to get rewritten because of that time, I guess, and people might have been furious for outrage because it's too close to what happened in reality. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy this, but I think much like Halloween, this should be a one and done and not drag on to a whole trilogy thing. But obviously they've already greenlit a second movie. Obviously it's been reported that Neve Campbell is not going to be part of it, which I think is probably the smart idea. Because it's like, well, how much more can you do with her story? So if they are going to reboot this, then at the least scrap the original characters and just bring new people in, which might be a bit disappointing, but you know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you like and sub, and I'll see you in the next one.